11 episodes of this. I cannot believe it. Welcome to Between the Sheets with Pamela. Sorry that we skipped last week, but things have been a little hectic on the personal and professional front. Plus the teen has been far too busy to edit, but now he needs cash, so we've got another vlog. First up, a little snippet of a talk I gave at Kids Emporium Parkhurst about my first book, Misconception. I like saying my first book, it sounds really impressive. What, you feeling nauseous? No wine. Of course, when I actually started breastfeeding, I wished that I'd just given Luke a bottle, because one nipple cracked so badly it almost looked like the dog had been chewing on it. Not to mention the fact that I had thrush and mastitis in both breasts by the time he was 3 months old. And the books are no help. They talk about how shooting pains may signal thrush, but if you just put some antifungal cream on your nipples and in the baby's mouth, it will soon clear up. Bollocks to that. I had to take the thrush medication that's given to patients in the advanced stages of AIDS to get rid of that. And as for the mastitis, well, it took 6 weeks, 4 different types of antibiotics, daily breast scans, and cortisone nipple cream to sort that one out. Of course, the book just says, a blocked milk duct can lead to mastitis. Your breast may be streaked with red and can feel hot to the touch. You may also experience flu-like symptoms and a burning sensation when you feed. What it should say is, you will feel as if you are giving birth all over again, only this time through your nipple. And you will pray for the angel of death to come and put you out of your misery. Next up, I must mention a British psychological thriller I'm reading called My Husband's Wife, which started off with a bang, then kind of lost me, and I sort of kept on at it, and then I found that halfway through it really started grabbing my interest again. What I am enjoying about it is how I'm seeing how the structure of psychological thrillers is changing, because this one you sort of find out who done it halfway through the book, and then now as I move into the second half of the book, you sort of see the knock-on effect of the crime and what happens after that, which I think is very interesting. And I think we need to do a panel on that at one of the book fairs, the structure of psychological thrillers. Which reminds me, I think you all know how much I love books, Josie, and I hang out there all the time. And I was there, I think, last Saturday, not sure why, probably just to hang out. And I bumped into Hayley Pienaar. And Hayley is the organizer of the Kingsmead Book Fair. And we had a lovely chat about all the exciting things they have planned for that.
She was quite adamant. She wanted Rachel. That's
she
what
wanted
she
the
wanted.
bag or the book? Which one she
She wanted the book to get the.
This is my favorite book, and it really is, because you know that one, it's about the mother trying to have a breather.
Oh no!
And she just never gets a breather. And even when she's in the bathroom, the child comes and says, "Can I play the recorder for you, Mummy?"
I'm busy recording you, Hayley Pienaar,
Like, really?
for the vlog.
Oh dear!
How ready are we for Kingsmead?
Class 101.
Now, in addition to our fabulous South African and African writers, I would also love to see some international writers at the Kingsmead Book Fair, and indeed at all our other book fairs. So I was thinking Gilly Macmillan, Susie Steiner, Lucy Whitehouse, Tana French. Come and visit us. We would love to see you. And I of course, would love to see Paula Hawkins and Belinda Bauer, but I don't put them in the international camp because I still think they belong to us. But yeah, it would be great to see all of you at the Kingsmead Book Fair. But of course, this vlog is mainly about reading South African and African books. And the big event of last week for me was Karen Brainhard. I'm just completely blown away by her. I loved her launch of Our Fathers at Love Book Josie last week. Karen was in conversation with Michelle Magwood.
Do you think that women bring something special to crime writing? Something different? I know Margie Orford always says that. Margie, she despises what she sees as a pornography of violence. She hates the angled leg with the stiletto shoe. And her books were always about the victim, and she concentrated on what was lost by the death of this person. And I think that maybe that's something that women bring as well.
I don't think so. I don't think so. A lot of the really dark writers and violent writers in the
the States, for instance, are women dealing with death in a different way. If you think of the case Carpeta books, the what's her name?
Patricia Corner. But she's cracked.
Yeah.
Patricia Corner.
Yeah, but I mean, those books and the Paretsky, what's her name? I'm sorry, I can't remember names. Yes.
Yeah.
They're really rather gory and bloody and so on. So I don't think women change it much in that.
I then had the privilege of having dinner with my lovely work husband and Francois Blumhoff and Corinne Brainart on Friday night at Lucky Bean in Melville. And I have to say, it was really pumping. We had a great meal there, so yeah, highly recommend Lucky Bean. And Francois, what an interesting guy to chat to, and Corinne as well, just gave me the most brilliant advice about a character called Henry in my next manuscript. And she basically told me that I need to stop self-censoring, which is an eternal problem with me. And she had some very clever ideas about how I could deal with the various issues I had with this character. And it was so wonderful getting that kind of input from a writer of that caliber. And I was also lucky enough to get an interview with her before she rushed off to the airport.
Okay, so today, we're looking over there. Today I have got Corinne Brainart between my sheets. Well, actually not between my sheets, I'm between her sheets at a B&B in, you know how I do like to get between people's sheets. Yes, at a B&B in Melville. It is 47 7th Avenue, Melville. It is totally divine. I can really recommend it. Okay, we've got to talk really fast because she's got to catch a plane in an hour. Okay, so what were we talking about? Your book. Okay, let's get the book up. Our Fathers, which in Afrikaans is?
Onze vaders.
That. Okay. Corinne, tell us about your book.
It's 2 stories in one book. The one story is kidnapping that starts in Melville and then progresses into Soweto.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah,
Melville.
and I have car chases and shootouts and so on throughout the streets of Soweto.
And a very hot detective, I believe.
And, in this instance, it's one from the platteland, a Greek guy that comes from the Northern Cape, and it's his first time in a big city.
Mm-hmm.
And it's his first time in big bad Soweto. So I sort of explore Soweto through the eyes of this guy as well, and very funny. He loses his brand new second-hand car, gets stolen, and he knew his new set of wheels and his music system that he put in there and so on. But then he chases his car, and then he lands up in chasing this kidnapping, and in the end, I don't want to go there. And then I have another story, and that story is in Stellenbosch. A rich developer's wife is murdered in a very, very horrible way. And my main detective, Captain Beeslaar.
Which I'm not going to try and pronounce, but yes.
No, it's a difficult one. Beeslaar. Yes. I've heard people saying Beesler.
So that's me, Beesler.
Beesler.
Okay, Beesler.
And he ends up in Stellenbosch trying to solve this murder. But the 2 stories are interlinked, and towards the end they merge.
Okay, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Our Fathers by Corinne Brainart. Okay, now quickly tell us what you're working on next.
Next I'm working on going on holiday. I want to go to the Drakensberg with a huge basket full of books, and because I have such a backlog from
the to-be-read list.
And
oh
yes,
my God,
yeah.
the to-be-read
and
list.
I'm really looking forward to it because there's stacks and stacks of books that I really have to read.
Okay,
and,
tell me about your next read.
My next read is this one. It is Mike Nicol, and it's Agents of the State. It's just come out, and it came out simultaneously in English and Afrikaans.
Okay.
And I'm a massive fan of Mike Nicol.
Oh, he's so divine.
Yes, the granddaddy of South African crime fiction. I adore him. He's got such great style, and he's got very unique stories, and they're all sort of these crime novels set in Cape Town and the ugly underbelly of Cape Town. And he's got a huge following in places like Germany and France and
Which
so
is
on.
amazing.
Yes, and those people love the way he explores Cape Town. And he's always got very kinky and weird characters. I
like the sound of that immediately.
Yes, yeah, no. And this one I think will be a rather political one. And and it's always sort of tongue-in-cheek, half horrible truth of the situation in this country. And so I'm greatly looking forward to it.
Oh, that sounds divine. Okay, thank you so much, Karen Brainhart, for me getting between her sheets. Lastly, I want to chat about my current book, Things Unseen. My emails to my poor publisher begin with, "Don't kill me but," as I keep waking up at 4 in the morning and having bright ideas about things I need to add or remembering somebody else I need to thank. As the husband said to me, "Is there anyone in South Africa, indeed in the whole SADC region, that you haven't thanked yet?" So, Sarah, I'm sorry for being such a pain in the ass. Karina, ditto, and thank you for the beautiful shout for the cover and for pointing out typos, etc. in the midst of your own hectic schedule. Kitty B, thank you for all the lawyerly stuff, which gives me a high-pitched whining noise in my head. I just think I am incredibly lucky to be surrounded by such clever and talented and supportive people, so thank you. Now, my book launch for Things Unseen is on the 4th of November. Yeah, breathe. 4th of November at Love Books Josie, 4 for 4:30. You don't buy tickets or anything, but you do need to RSVP, people. RSVP. It would be tragic if we ran out of wine. Okay. So yeah, that's all I have for this week. Keep smiling and read essay. She's rolling out again. She